Firstly, I'd love to thank everyone just for making the effort to come along here tonight. This is very much a community meeting because this is going to be very much a community campaign. For you, those of you that do know me, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to listen to me for the next couple of minutes. Just for those of you that don't know me, my name's Emmet McAleer. I was born in Omagh Hospital 37 years ago. I was brought up and raised in Maryville and Greencastle before my family emigrated all the way down the road to Craigan. And although we moved parish, my affinity with Greencastle has never left me. I suppose while some in our family now claim allegiance with Termon McGurk and with Carrick-on-Wear, I've stuck with Greencastle and always identified with them. And I was even at football training last night despite me 37 years. I'm engaged to Tanya, who's originally from Knockmacroy, now living in Omagh. And I suppose I've always thought of myself not as a politician but as an activist, and I blame that, I suppose, completely on my parents, so they have a lot to answer for. I'm sure you know them, Cormac and Thelma, so what can I say, you've raised another one. Someone who shares in their sense of justice, compassion and fair play. And I suppose when they see an injustice, they feel aggrieved, they feel the need to act, to stand up and be counted. And I suppose that's the same sense that's inspired me to let my name be put forward to stand as an independent candidate for the people of Mid-Tyrone, and indeed the wider Sperrion's area of natural beauty in the upcoming local government elections on the 2nd of May 2019. So, as I look around the hall here this evening, I know plenty of your faces, and I understand that there's plenty of competent, clued-in people here who could just as easily be sat where I am right now. However, we as a community organised, we discussed in recent weeks about fielding a candidate in the local elections, and we agreed that in this moment in time, just that I would be the person to do so. So, even though my name's appearing on the posters and the leaflets, and indeed on the ballot paper, being no doubt this is no ego trip. This is no piece of self-publicity. This is a fight I'm helping to take part in, but it's one I'm only playing a small part in, and indeed it's a fight for the community. It's a fight to defend fresh air, pure clean water, our unpolluted land and our good health. I suppose we always have to remember that we didn't start this fight. This is a battle which was forced onto us by a foreign toxic industry, by lack of protection from those currently elected to represent us. We're standing here in this historic part of Tyrone, fighting for a seat in Fermanagh and Omagh District Council. It's something that's not going to be easy won, but we believe that we have the people on the ground to do exactly that. The fact, as was alluded to earlier, that we as a small community have to date gathered 10,000 more objections to this toxic proposal from Dalradian than Dalradian and their combined PR firms over the years have managed shows the strength and determination of the people in this area. When we set our minds to something, we achieve it. As Nelson Mandela said, it always seems impossible until it's done. It's my intention to give a strong, independent voice to local people, to everyone here within this room and within this wider electoral area who have been seemingly politically abandoned. Something within our council system really worries me. It's apparent that local views don't seem to be taken on board. Seemingly everything has to come down the line from a centralised authority, be that Belfast or political party headquarters. And local councillors are muzzled. They're not allowed to represent their communities. They're not allowed to represent the people that vote them into power. It's as if the councillors are working for the various state departments and that they're completely removed from their role to represent the people, our people. Indeed, when we were in Fermanagh and Omagh District Council planning meeting earlier this afternoon, it was amazing how many councillors that we spoke to really knew nothing about the threat of eviction facing the GPO. The Chief Executive dismissed their concerns that the way was being paved for a toxic gold mine and cyanide processing plant, whilst locals were being penalised for standing up and defending their communities, and even having the cheek to apply for their own planning permission for houses near their own family homes. The local council has, to date, paid lip service to the plight of the people of Greencastle and to the wider Sperrion's area of outstanding natural beauty. They give assurances with one hand but take away with the other, and this can't go on. People need to know that those they have voted into positions of authority stand with their best interests at heart, that they're not swayed by offers of reward, either from interested parties or from their own party top brass. That's why I'm standing before you as an independent candidate in the upcoming election. I want to be a strong independent voice for you, the people. I'm honoured to have some of the independent councillors down from Derry and Strabane District Council who are going to talk a wee bit later just about the impact that independent councillors can have on a council. I suppose whilst our primary policy is to remove Dalradium from the local area and from Ireland, this leads on to many other areas which we'll fight to defend and protect. The Sperrins area of outstanding natural beauty must be protected from mass industrialisation. We don't want toxic gold mining. We don't want a cyanide processing plant. We don't want a mercury smelting furnace. We don't want poisonous tailing ponds or massive 17-storey high waste dump on the side of Crockenboy Hill. Likewise, we don't want to see Brockdare, Dorval or other parts of this area populated and polluted with monstrous wind farms. West Tyrone has to date been so far overpopulated with wind turbines as it is, at seemingly little or no benefit to the population in terms of green energy or reducing energy bills, and the mass proliferation of these monstrosities has to be halted. Again, questions need to be asked of planning and good planning, especially when within designated areas of conservation or protection, and that's something we'll be championing within our campaign and, if successful, Mid-Tyrone Council. Also, instead of extractivism and the destruction of our community and environment in pursuit of a finite resource, we should be concentrating on sustainable industries and employment suited to this area of outstanding natural beauty. Sustainable tourism, inspired by and promoted by the local community, has been a success against the odds and despite the lack of internal investment and help just up the road at Ancraigan. This is what we should be focused on when we talk about tackling unemployment. With the beautiful scenery, history and multiple archaeological sites in this area, coupled with the growth of the tourism industry, this is where council and government funding should be aimed, not at short-term disruptive projects like that proposed by the Canadians. Agriculture is another local aspect which has to be promoted. We support sustainable small farming and are very much behind the idea of family farms, not factory farms. Local farmers have tended to and looked after this area for generations. They know the land, they rely on the fresh air, the clean water and the unpolluted ground with their livelihoods. Likewise, local fisheries and rivers which attract tourists and keen fishermen from near and far must be protected. The idea that the Northern Ireland Environmental Agency, at Dalradian's behest, think that adding quantities of cyanide, cadmium, zinc, copper, lead, etc. to our protected waterways is a good idea, has to be highlighted, it has to be ridiculed and it has to be fought against. In opposing the toxic gold mine and poisonous cyanide processing plant, we will also be directly supporting health and education. We'll be backing investment in these areas, as well as in local services, public transport and infrastructure in rural areas. Our roads are an absolute disgrace with huge potholes, and indeed even getting the roads or getting pavements gridded in freezing conditions seems to be a continuous struggle here. We're fighting this battle not just for ourselves here in the room, but for our children, grandchildren and all future generations. We do not want to be remembered as the generation who allowed these cowboys into our area to pillage and pollute and then to clear off, leaving us with a toxic mess to deal with. The toxins and heavy metals used in producing and mining for gold are well documented when it comes to the numerous diseases that they cause and that they're linked with. The threat of these poisons can and will be spread by air, by water, through the land and indeed through the local wildlife, both native and migrating in the area. I read a great quote earlier on this morning from the environmental and political writer George Monbiot. He writes for The Guardian and he's also an author in his own right, and he said, "If something is morally wrong, creating employment does not make it morally right."